Nobody must shut it. I don't know why my Russian was Jamaican just now. Nobody move. Nobody get hurt. Barry's married to Yellow Man. Dang 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 dang. He's married to Ika Mouse.
Oh man! The first time he comes to my house, he's got his new baby in one of those car seat things that you hold, and he walks in, and my new Labradoodle puppy literally attacks you.
It bit the shit out of me, and I'm like the dog whisperer. I've never owned a leash for any of my dogs. I'm the guy walking through Times Square with a Rottweiler with no leash. This dog, he goes, no, and Barry, anytime a dog attacks you, the owners give you bullshit advice. Like, they're totally not in the loop. Like, no, your dog just fucking bit me. Kick it. Kick your dog in the fucking ribs. Grab it by the throat and punch it in the face. And to grab your dog the way the criminal grabbed you when he thought you were Dirk Nowitzki and give it a couple eye shots. Instead, Katz, after the dog, I'm holding a baby in a car seat, and it's like the most expensive, heaviest car. I remember when I carried Jackie around in the car seat, it was light, and I just rolled through town. I was all over Huntington Beach and Seal Beach. I was rolling. We were like a little crew. And now all of a sudden, Meredith, it's a boy named Meredith after his grandfather. Save your tweets. This car seat weighs like 40 pounds because it's the one that can survive a fucking car crash in the Andes. It's got the Hans device that they use in NASCAR.
Walked in my house like Lon Chaney. It was
my God, it's the heaviest thing in the world. So I can't move. I have no freedom to move whatsoever. And I got a diaper bag and I'm holding this baby. And this Labradoodle, it's not even like a real dog. It's like a hybrid dog, the island of Dr. Moreau. Like, oh, he's a snickerdoodle, oatmeal raisin poodle puppy. And I go, hey, buddy, how's it going? And this thing goes, and just fucking jumps and bites me. And this is what always happens. This happened to me 3 times in my life. Your dog just bit me. Owner, no, he didn't. What the fuck do I gain? What joke do I have? Hey, get ahead. Waka waka. What am I, Fozzie Bear? Am I that bad at comedy? Your dog just bit me. So Katz goes, no, he didn't. I go, your dog just bit. And I'm holding the baby's. The baby's now over my head, making me like Ken Patera from The World's Strongest Man. That might be our second Ken Patera reference in like 8 podcasts. And Barry goes, you know what you do, man? Just put your hand out like this. Let him snip your hand a little bit. As I'm like, you don't understand. The dog is fighting through traffic, through closed doors. He's jumping over hampers to get another taste of my body. And this asshole's going, stick your hand out. Let him sniff your hand a little bit. Let him sniff your hand. I'm like, yeah, that's good. What's better to give a hungry dog than a free sample? He just thinks all my fingers are snussages.
So then my kid comes. The first kid comes up. It's like, hey, it looks like you need a haircut. He runs off like crying hysterically. Ah!
Yeah, well adjusted.
How can you say that to me?
Haircut dialogue freaks the kid out. I'm like, who's raising the bad seed here? Like, haircut talk sets this kid off. No. Before that happened, let's be fair. I was gonna let you off the hook. To be fair,
yeah, you really were letting me off the hook.
No, but I was like, I don't know. Do we really want to get into this? His sons get very excited. There's company. Barry's setting up for one of his sons' birthday party, but they're like only a month apart. Their birthdays are only a month apart. So this Jewish manager goes, you know what we do? Fuck it. One party. We'll save a ton of dough. We only have one trip at the bouncy house. I'm not having the bouncy house come 28 days apart. That's fucking crazy. So I'm in the house. I come by. It's the kid's birthday. For some reason, I'm the first person there. Maybe it's because he lives in the fucking woods of Ventura County.
Maybe it's because you came at 11.
Well, because the invitation says 11.
Oh, okay.
And as your wife said, Jews are always late and never leave. The Gentiles come early, they're the first to leave. Your wife's the one that said it to me. She said,
that's true.
Jews never leave a party. They say goodbye 100 times and they never leave. Gentiles, you're sitting around the table talking and you go, where did Jay and Nick go? And we're already home asleep in our awesome pajamas. See what we did? We brought it back to pajamas. So to be fair, when your son saw me, not because it was me, they don't know me from Adam really. They got very excited. There's company, and you and your wife are going, here's the house. It's a beautiful house. Your wife is incredible. We're catching up on old time. Barry's married to an incredibly talented gal with way more of a sense of humor that I have than me and Barry. Like, me and Barry have a good sense of humor. But somehow when I'm together with your wife, we have a very quick It's a much more sardonic.
You both are very, 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 very smart, much smarter than I am.
Well, that's yet to be determined. We'll see how this podcast thing works out. But here's the thing. The kids are super excited, so they celebrate company by punching each other in the nuts and face. For the next 40 minutes, you got but you literally have to picture thing one and thing two in bathing suits and little boy bodies. And so the mom says, okay, that's a timeout, Asher. Get in mommy's bed. And I go, whoa, that's like the greatest timeout in the world. The bed, meanwhile, is overlooking the fucking Pacific Ocean with 6,000 thread count sheets and a comforter. The air conditioner's rolling. And she goes, that's it. I've had it. Shut it. Time out! Get in mommy's bed! And the kid, to his credit, does like I can't fucking believe this routine.
He's a good actor.
And he jumps into the bed like, I can't believe I got a timeout in mommy's bed. 3 seconds in, the kid's asleep. He's like into a 2-hour nap. He's a mensch, this guy, right? His big brother, sensing that, hey, I'm missing out on a timeout. I should be in on this timeout also because I want to lay in mommy's bed. It's so comfortable. Jumps on top of the kid, smothering his face with his back. Not like jumping on him like pieces of a puzzle, like Tetris that fit together. Like jumping on him in a way like, if I stay like this, I'll kill him. So the kid on the bottom bites the other kid on the top's arm and ribs to the point where there's blood. And the kid on the top goes, wah, freaking out. And we're all going, oh, like it was an alarming thing. I'm still holding a 75,000-pound baby. And I'm bleeding from a dog bite. We haven't even addressed this yet.
There's a lot of blood in this house.
Now we know where the dog learned how to bite. It learned it from thing one and thing two at the Katz household. It's all tied together here. So we're looking at the kid on the bottom. Oh, this is the thing. And then we'll get into the Jennifer Aniston story.
There's more?
This is the thing. Right before the kid got bit, your wife said, don't you dare jump on your brother. Knowing that that's what happens. When one kid's in timeout, the other kid goes batshit crazy and jumps on him off the top rope like Jimmy Snuka. So this kid jumps on the brother, ass and back first, smothering his face so he can't breathe. The kid on the bottom, for survival, I'm realizing in hindsight, bites the back of the left arm, draws blood, and gets a nice chunk of the rib cage. And there's blood. He's bleeding on mommy's bed. And the kid on top goes absolutely bananas. It was your oldest boy was on top. So the baby. So Zion was on top. Asher was on the bottom. So we're all going, oh my God, what's wrong? Oh my God. And Barry and his wife are going, you don't. And Barry, angry, is like, you don't bite, man. You can't bite. Meanwhile, the dog has now made a hole where the laundry chute is, and he's now working his way into the bedroom to come and get me. It's a fucking horror movie with little people and dogs. And the mom is going, you don't bite your brother. She's an Australian Russian Jew.
It sounds like John F. Kennedy.
Some people may bite their brother and say it's fine. Others don't bite their brothers and say, why didn't I do it? I'll never forget what my brother said. You fucker mouth. I'll get the vagina. Teddy, you stand guard by the stairs in case Daddy comes up the floors. I have a speech to make. Clean up this mess. Abraham Lincoln has never been more excited in his life looking down at us. I could do that for an entire podcast. Put the top up. They're shooting at us. I've been shot in the throat. Where are you going? That's what he said to Jackie as she climbed out of the fucking car. I like to imagine as JFK with a 22 out, in and out, whizzing through his fucking windpipe out the back of his neck. As Jackie jumps out the back of the car, he goes, where are you going? Where are you going? I'm shot in the fucking throat. Hey, babe. So I'm the one in this situation. And it's always weird when you're in someone else's house to say anything because it's their kids, their life. What am I going to come in like? Let me establish some calm and order here. Apparently, the dog thinks the devil lives within me. and it won't stop. I'm not a fucking crossbreed, Labrapoodle Doodle, whatever the hell it is. What is it?
Well, the Labradoodle. But the thing is, whenever you go into a situation like that, not just like this, anything, you believe that that's the cross-section of what that person's life is every hour of every day. So you leave the house and you're like, wow, this is how these guys live. This is how it is?
Yeah, I thought it was like living with carnies. I was waiting for cats. So here's the thing. They're yelling at the kid on the bottom. She's screaming. But she's being a mom, like how you would act, like a regular mom. Not screaming like a crazy person. Screaming like, you bit your brother and he's bleeding. And Barry's going, no biting, man. No, man. What did Dr. Ryan tell you about biting? I'm making that up. His kids aren't going to Dr. Ryan. It's like every black comic's impression of white parents and white kids. No, Billy, what did Dr. Michael say about calling mommy a bitch? Nope. So I make a point to say, in all fairness, you did tell him not to jump on his brother, and he was being smothered. Both kids look at me and tell me to shut up. I get in my car to leave. I put the baby in the car seat. I put the baby in the car. He's in the hills of Malibu. It's like 100
I'm
degrees.
surprised you didn't take back their gifts.
No, I love those guys. Whatever, man. What's good is good. As I got the baby in the car and I close the door and I go around to the driver's side, the baby's now in a closed car. It gets hot quick. He goes, this is Barry needs a real favor is when he gets real like sensitive. He starts looking around like, if it's not, can I use your help real quick? And he always looks around like super puzzled, inquisitive. So that's how he lulls, like guys will lull you off the dribble to go to the rack. Katz lulls you into favors by looking super perplexed, where you like lean in like, what is it? Like, what could possibly have you? He goes, could you help me move the trampoline out of the garage into the backyard? And I go, the fucking trampoline, it's a trampoline. You know what a trampoline looks like. It ain't like one of those little aerobicized ones that our moms had in the kitchen. It's a fucking trampoline with like a headboard and like netting around it. It's huge. Like a human being could not leave this trampoline if they tried. And I go, okay. And I'm like, all right, thinking like 6 like giant guys are going to come out of the woodwork like, hello, we're here to help with the trampoline. And I go, where do you want to take it? He goes, just right around. And that's the other thing with Barry is he'll make it seem like, oh man, just right around the corner, just right in the backyard. No big deal, man. No big deal. It's about an 80-yard walk from his garage to his backyard. And it's a stone path with 4 gates to keep the dogs and the kids from escaping and biting other people. So I told him no. Did you ever get it down there? Who helped you?
Not that time, but I did get it down.
It's unbelievable. Barry would always do it. Like, if he needed help with a flight, Barry's the guy that'd be like, hey, man, I got a gig for you. It's doesn't pay a lot. Like, when I'm starting out in comedy, it doesn't pay a lot of money. It only pays $50, but here's the good news. You get to pick up Dennis Leary in Worcester, Massachusetts. Then you're going to have to loop up to Nashua, New Hampshire, and pick up Don Gavin because he's closing. It's a 3-man show. The show's in Portland, Maine. And then you got to leave right away and get these guys home. And if you want the gig, you want it now. You got to take it right now if you want it. I got to let them know right now. All right, I'll take it. It's canceled. I don't know what happened, man. Just, you didn't act quick enough. What was the other thing we say about Katz? Hey, man, it's Barry. And, again, the super quizzical look on his face, like something really bizarre is happening. I just got a call from the consulate's office in China, in the Chongqing province in China, and this is an unprecedented move, man. For some reason, the Chinese, they want us to have comics do stand-up comedy for the leaders of China. And they're going to be translators there, and they don't care if it's rated R, rated PG, and they're prepared to pay $500,000 for you and 7 guests, fly first class. They put you up at the Four Seasons on the Great Wall of China. And this is crazy. It's going to be covered by the New York Times and CNN. Do you want it?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, man, that's great. This is amazing. I mean, this is like an historic event. One let me just ask you this while I have the